Finals. Once again, best 3 out of 5. Reminder for everybody at home. And I think Cherry's coming back for winners finals with a 2-1 victory.
3, 2, 1, go!
That is correct.
I had predicted you guys would go into a game number 3, but it sounds like it was close over there.
It did go to game 3. We went 2-1. And wow, like Homeboy has improved a bunch. I genuinely it took everything I had to kind of beat him in our third game, and it went down to the wire. So it's definitely a match that was insane. But we're getting to winners finals here. We're seeing Pokemon Trainer from Jestdoki. I like that pick for him. I think that the matchup of Luigi versus Mega Man is just probably not fun at all for Luigi. Just the amount of projectiles that you kind of get berated with, as well as your lack of options to get around them. It's just probably really hard to fight around. But we're seeing BW here making some quick work of this Charizard here. We're seeing almost 70 damage, and oh my goodness, as I say that, he gets 70% and Spike's instantly knocking off that second stock. Just looking in a rough patch right here.
Ooh. Good thing BW was out of the way of that.
Yeah, that would have been so dangerous. And there he goes, there he goes again, trying to get the Flare Blitz. But I think that while it's not a bad idea, it's just that at this point you don't want to put too much unnecessary damage on yourself. You're at 140, and Charizard's a heavy target man. Or he's a big target, rather. Oh, he goes for the up B out of shield.
Yep, and that cram was a sure punish.
Yeah. Nothing stopping that from taking that stock. RP4, or BW Styles rather, really taking that game convincingly with a 3 stock. It seemed to me like towards the end of this game, Jess was just making some small mistakes, like just not necessarily like bad ones, but just the right ones for BW. We see Jess, he missed that pivot grab there, and then that kind of costed him the stock, as well as a couple opportunities to punish some whiffed attacks on BW's side. And I think for him, that kind of just put him into one of those situations where it's a loss after loss. And I think that his Pokemon Trainer, if he's able to kind of beat those, like get around those mistakes and make sure that he's punishing correctly and getting pivot grabs when he needs to and things like that, he could pull up the Pokemon Trainer. But it looks like we're switching back to the Luigi. So I wonder how this will go. I know we've seen some of it in the past, and I did mention it before that is kind of rough, but if this is the character that's tried and true for Jess, I think that he could at least make it work in some regard.
Just as a reminder, guys, this is the best 3 out of 5.
Alrighty, here. Now we're seeing Jest actually having the percent lead for the first half of this, but it is the start of this set, or this game rather, and we all know how crazy things can get as the matches go on. And right now, we're seeing nice use of that Fireball to force a situation from BW, and not only did that just get a little bit of damage on, but it also made him think just for that split seconds about it being there, like a visual distraction, and that's kind of what allowed him to end up getting that grab, since the Fireball making BW think if he has to roll away, up, or in, and all 3 of those situations would have gotten him grabbed, since he didn't really have much more to roll to. And now we see that back throw coming out for Jestdoki. Nice work with that. Alright, let's see if we can get some extra credit on it. I think he's going to need that in this matchup, but Jess looking very polished today, making it all the way to winners finals like we talked about earlier. Like, this is pretty far, and this is definitely like showing that whoever makes it this far definitely deserves it. Let's see. BW getting that back throw, not gonna kill yet. Finally gets the ledge guard, knowing that that get up option from Jess would be too laggy and too slow for him to get safely past. And now we're seeing the damage build up for BW. Not much extra credit racked on by Jest in his previous stock. So unfortunately, it's going to be a lot closer than it would have looked maybe a stock ago. Ooh, the misfire, it gets the super one. That's some damage. And now we see Jest holding out 81%. Let's see what he can do. Gets the forward air, nice. Staying away from that dare. And there it is. A cold cram. That super Luigi punch. Getting the damage when it needed. And BW trying to use his invulnerability there after coming off the platform optimally, but unfortunately the down B invulnerability from Luigi kind of saved him. We also see BW 36%, decent extra credit for Jestdoki. That Magna Hands barely saving him that time. Nice catching of the saw as well, and we're starting to see Jestdoki really controlling what he can in this matchup with the saw, now a tool on his end. And as he tries to poke for those that shield for the tilt, we do see the up tilt from Mega Man. But I think that BW isn't out of this yet. He still has plenty of time to make this back in terms of damage. We've seen BW make all sorts of comebacks, as well as just this character can deal so much damage so quickly. But this is Luigi we're talking about, and we're seeing this adaptation from Jest. Look at him grabbing the saw, using his aerials as a way of safely being able to do so, because even if BW were to rush in and try to punish him for grabbing that, he has to worry about getting hit by those nairs. Alright, we're seeing the comeback, possibly. The forward smash, and there it is. Oh! BW Styles, man. Like I talked about with those comebacks, Jest was doing really well to control the matchup side of this. What a set, man. And sometimes that's all it takes. Like, all it takes is just some sort of adaptation from BW's side to kind of counteract what we were seeing. And he's comfortable with his character. He's someone who's confident in it and knew that he could get the damage output needed. And that's kind of what we just saw there. And I think that for Jest, he definitely was adapting well with grabbing the saw, and that's definitely something that he should continue in this matchup regardless of who he picks. And maybe we see a stage selection switch. They both were doing something in there.
Yep, they went to Northern Cave.
Interesting.
3, 2, 1, go!
I wonder if Just wants those side platforms for some reason. Maybe thinking, oh, now I get it. He's using those side platforms as a way to kind of force, Jestdoki into, or BW rather, not being able to get that forward air spike. All right, nice nair. And we're seeing it really is not mattering much, but we are seeing that BW here, as he gets towards the end of this stock, like, he's not really having a way of just safely taking out Jestdoki's last stock, or his first stock, rather. And that's mostly because Jest doesn't have to necessarily worry about how he's recovering. He just can't, like, recover too horizontally. Like, now he can't just run onto stage with side B. However, that dash tech will kill, and gonna remove that stock. And a bit careless going for that up B. Although at the same time, Just kind of was doing that risk-reward, min-maxing in a sense, and seeing that, hey, I'm at 145, he's at 70. If I get, like, my up B here, this is gonna be a huge amount of damage, as well as possibly even the stock. As we see, Just gets overextended by BW, who adapted to these platform layout, and now is going much lower to get the dare read, and gets the air dodge out of fear from Jestdoki. And there it is.
There's the cold cram to get him back into the game.
Yeah, finally gets a stock man. And I think that at the same time, Jestdoki definitely, he's a player who's confident in his Luigi. Like, we're seeing him play in a matchup that's just pretty hard if you're a Luigi main. And he's not even doing, he's doing very well. And I think that for him, he needs to, like, also just kind of buckle down and be like, my character can do lots of damage too, man. Like, you see what my cold crams can do. And I think we're starting to see that. They rack up in damage. Nice nair to up smash to back air. Really nice stuff from that. Now he needs to stay alive. If he can stay alive just a bit longer, get the stock off, and I think even then, with like the difference in percent, he could call it an even game. He just needs to make it there first. Oh, gets up tilted. Up aired.
Oh,
that's gonna be it.
And up air with that one goes to BW style. A 3-0 flush. All right, we're going to have Cherry hop